Stop right there. Just for a second, stop the noise in your head. I need you to listen to me like your life depends on it, because maybe it does. My name is Arthur Sterling. I am 82 years old. I am wealthy enough to buy anything you can see, but I am standing here to tell you that I am a defeated man. I spent 60 years of my life chasing a ghost. I'm going to tell you the truth that schools won't teach you and bosses won't tell you. Do you know what the biggest regret is when you're 82? It's not about the money you didn't make. It's the realization that you spent your whole life chasing the wrong things. Stay with me for the next 14 minutes, because I'm about to give you back the years I wasted. Think about the screen you are staring at right now, the endless scrolling, the constant anxiety of falling behind. I know that feeling intimately because it consumed my entire existence before these screens even existed. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much you achieve, the emptiness always returns? I will tell you exactly why, but you have to be brave enough to hear it. It all started in a cold, damp room in London. I grew up watching my father struggle. He was a clerk, a good man, but a nobody in the eyes of the world. I remember one evening a man in a tailored suit shouted at my father over a small mistake. My father just stood there, head bowed, apologizing. I saw his hands shaking. That night, I didn't see a father. I saw a man crushed by the world. Why do we let the world dictate our worth based on the fabric of our suits or the title on our doors? I didn't understand it then, but the fear of weakness became my poison. At 10 years old, I made a silent, angry promise. I will never be like him. I will be so powerful that no one can ever make me bow. I didn't realize then that by running away from my father's life, I was running away from the only man who actually knew how to love. You see, ambition without a soul is just a polished cage. By my 20s, I was a shark. I worked 80 hours a week. I lived on coffee and ambition. I stepped on friends. I ignored calls from my own mother. I skipped meals, all to see a number in a bank account go up. I had this phrase in my head: I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I buy that car. I'll be happy when I marry the most beautiful girl in the room. I got the promotion. I bought the car. I married the girl. And you know what happened? The happiness lasted for exactly 3 days. Ask yourself right now, how many 3 days have you chased in your life? How many times have you reached the top of the mountain only to realize the view is just another mountain? Then the goalpost moved. Suddenly, the car wasn't fast enough. The house wasn't big enough. This is the golden mirage. You see the water in the distance? You run toward it. But the moment you arrive, it's just sand. And you see more water further away. So you run again. I spent 30 years running. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself what you are actually running towards? Or are you just terrified of standing still? I was terrified. What are you terrified of? I missed my son's first steps because I was in Tokyo closing a deal. I missed my daughter's graduation because I was fighting a hostile takeover. I told myself, I'm doing this for them. But if I'm honest with you now, I was doing it for the ghost of that 10-year-old boy who was still afraid of being a nobody. How many of your current goals are just bandages for old childhood wounds? The mind plays vicious tricks on us, convincing us that sacrificing today equals salvation tomorrow. Let me tell you about the night I became a billionaire. You'd think they were fireworks, right? I was in my private study. I looked at the screen, and the numbers finally crossed that line. I was officially one of the richest men in the country. The world outside my window saw a titan, a conqueror, but inside, a strange, suffocating coldness crept into my chest. I walked into the living room to tell my wife. The house was silent. She was sitting by the window, looking out at the rain. When I told her, she didn't cheer. She didn't hug me. She just looked at me with empty eyes and said, "Congratulations, Arthur. Maybe now you can finally afford to come to dinner on time." That hit me harder than any business loss. I realized I had built a kingdom, but I was the only person living in it. Have you checked your own kingdom lately? Who is sitting on the thrones next to you? My children didn't know me. They knew my credit card. My wife didn't love me. She loved the memory of the boy I used to be. I went back to my study and sat in the dark. I had all the money in the world, and yet I felt like a beggar. I was starving for a connection that money couldn't buy. The silence of that massive mansion was deafening. It was the sound of a life entirely misspent. Ask yourself right now, if you achieve everything you want, who will be left to celebrate with you? If your phone stops ringing with business deals tomorrow, will anyone call just to hear your voice? When I turned 75, my health broke. My heart, the very thing I had ignored for decades, decided it had had enough. It was a terrifying wake-up call, stripping away all the illusion of control my wealth provided. While recovering at my estate, I started watching Thomas, my gardener. Thomas was 85. He had gnarled hands and a sunburnt face. He made in a year what I made in a minute. But every morning, he would talk to the roses. He would sit on the grass and eat a simple sandwich with so much joy, you'd think it was a feast. I watched him for weeks from my window, a prisoner in my own palace, envying a man who owned nothing but possessed absolutely everything. What is your sandwich in the grass? What simple joy have you sacrificed on the altar of your career? One day I sat with him. I asked, "Thomas, I've spent my life building empires, and I'm miserable. You've spent yours clipping hedges, and you're the happiest man I know. What is the secret? He laughed, a sound like dry leaves. He said, "Sir, you are trying to own the garden. I am just enjoying it. You are waiting for the harvest to be happy. I am happy while I'm planting the seeds. You see, Mr. Sterling, life isn't a race to the finish line. If it were, the winner would be the one who dies the fastest. Life is the walk in between." His words shattered my entire reality. Everything I had valued was suddenly exposed as a desperate, foolish illusion. Are you sprinting through your walk? Are you so obsessed with the destination that you're ignoring the ground beneath your feet? It took me 82 years to understand Thomas. I had been living for a tomorrow that never came. We all do it, postponing our joy for some mythical future date, ignoring the only moment we ever truly have, right now. Here is what I want you to take into your soul today. 1. Your job title will be replaced within a week of your death. Your place at the dinner table can never be replaced. 2. You are not a human doing. You are a human being. Your worth is not measured by your productivity. 3. The most expensive thing you can own is a closed heart. Stop telling yourself that you'll be happy when. That is a lie designed to keep you running on a treadmill until you drop dead. I want you to break that cycle today. Not tomorrow, not next year, but in this very second. Look at your hands. Feel your breath. You are alive. You are enough, exactly as you are. I am Arthur Sterling. I am 82. I don't have much time left, but I have finally found peace. I found it when I stopped trying to be someone and started being me. If this reached you at the right time, don't just like it. Change something. Call your mother. Hug your child. Sit in the sun for 10 minutes and do nothing. And in the comments, I want you to write one thing you are grateful for right now, not something you're waiting for. Don't waste 80 years like I did. The finish line is a lie. The journey is all we have. I'm going to sit in my garden now. Are you coming?